Hello everyone, Tom from Capo Fetish. Let's talk about some killer 1960s live albums. I'm going to start off with an album that was released in 70, but recorded in November 69 in Madison Square Garden. For me, the greatest live Stones album. Get your yayas out. This was recorded literally a week before the infamous Ultimate concert. But this captures them in just fine, raw form in late 69 at Madison Square Garden, delivering, I think, some of the best live versions of Stones songs I've ever heard, especially Street Fighting Man. God, that rocks. And the long, drawn-out, intense version of Midnight Rambler, Jumpin' Jack Flash. They do covers of Carol, Little Queenie, Honky Tonk Woman. My favorite on here is their version of Love in Vain. So freaking good. Now, there have been just a bazillion Stones live albums after this, but to me, nothing really compares to the Stones in their absolute rawest form. You know, over the years, they would, add all these embellishments to the live act, the horn section, the backup singers, but this is just the Stones as a great garage rock band playing at their peak of their powers. So get your yayas out. Just fantastic Stones from 69. How about an absolute essential, incredible funk album from 69? This came out in 2020. Some people would probably throw in his Live at Apollo record. To me, this is his best live album and I think his best period. I'm talking about James Brown, live at home with his bad self in Augusta, Georgia in October 69. Oh my God. If you're into funk, if you're into Sly, if you're into just a kick-ass live performance, you must purchase this album. It is from start to finish. It is just unbelievable. Starts off with Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. And from there on, it is just full on, just incredible. The band is this is like the last lineup of the band he had before he switched. He switched with Bootsy Collins and his brother. But this is kind of like one of those last performances with his previous band before that 70s lineup came into be. You got the band doing instrumental versions of, there's a track on here called Low Down Popcorn, which is really great. They do a instrumental version of Spinning Wheel by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. But the highlight of the album, which, I mean, basically the whole album's a highlight, but at the end, it just keeps getting more intense and more intense. As James rolls in, there was a time, give it up or turn it loose. It's a man's world. Please, please, please. I can't stand myself when you touch me. And the ending of Mother Popcorn, it is unbelievable. They do almost like double time from the original single release. It is just cooking. So I can't stress enough, if you love good funk, this is the album for you right here. James Brown, live at home with his bad self. Absolute 5-star album. Another one, too, is from the Velvet Underground, the 1969 live album. This was recorded over various dates in the U.S. This is probably VU at their prowess, their live prowess, doing amazing versions of like Heroin. Pale Blue Eyes is so gorgeous on this particular album. Really well curated. Now, there have been other, Velvet Underground live releases over the years, but I think this one has, the best live versions in one package. Waiting for My Man, Lisa Says. Some of these tracks weren't even released on any albums till years later. Like Lisa Says wasn't released until VU back in 85. You've got stuff that wouldn't be released until Loaded came out a year later, like Rock and Roll, New Age. You got classics from the first album, Femme Fatale, I'll Be Your Mirror, White Light, White Heat, Over You, Some Kind of Love. Yeah, this is just prime live Velvet Underground. This came out in 74, but all recorded in 1969. Just, if you're a VU fan, you must own this. Good stuff. Now here's a live recording that the band never wanted to release because they went on late at Woodstock and they thought their performance was lackluster. But I completely disagree. I think Credence's live performance at Woodstock is absolutely kick-ass. This came out maybe about 5-6 years ago. And I mean, first of all, Credence live, I mean, every live Credence show I've seen or have heard has kicked ass. And this one is up there. So I think it was about a month ago. I was on Netflix and I saw Live at the Albert Hall. If you've never seen that, check that out. So good. They were such an amazing, again, a really great raw rock and roll band live. And Fogerty, man, just on fire at the Albert Hall, on fire here at Woodstock. Great set, Born on the Bayou, Green River, 99 and a Half Won't Do, Bootleg, Commotion, Bad Moon Rising, Proud Mary, I Put a Spell on You, The Nighttime is the Right Time, Keep on Sugarlin', and Susie Q. Delivered with just absolute raw force. So Creed's Clearwater Revival live at Woodstock from 69 is a fave of mine. Let's go back to 63 for a great rock and blues album. Eda James, Rocks the House. This was recorded, here we go, here's the cover. This was recorded, let me pull out the flashlight here because I can't see this small print. This was recorded in the New Era Club in Nashville, Tennessee, September 27th and 28th, 63. This is another just kick-ass powerhouse performance from Eda. Great title, because she does rock the house. She starts off with Something's Got a Hold on Me. She does What I'd Say. She does a version of Money. Sweet Day Fool, Sweet Little Angel, Ooh Papa Doo. She does Wake Up This Morning. I mean, she has just the crowd, the whole club in the palm of her hand. The band is just absolutely ace. They're fantastic. And a lot of call and response going on in this. Just fantastic. Eda James, Rocks the House from 1963. Just an absolute must. Of course, I'm going to throw this in because I think this is, again, like the Stones on the Get Your Yagas album out in Madison Square Garden. I think this is Dylan's peak live, this Live 66. Now, this is called Live at the Royal Albert Hall, but it was, I think, at Manchester, the Manchester Hall in 66. So you've got Disc 1, which is all the acoustic performance. Disc 2 with the band, live electric. I mean, it's just perfection, this live 66 Dylan. The live version of Just Like a Woman is so absolutely gorgeous. I like it better than the version on Blonde. The version of Visions of Johanna, I've talked about it numerous times on this station, is just the best version. But I think the best version is on this one here, the actual real Albert Hall recording. Pull this up on YouTube, check it out, the live version of Visions of Johanna, his phrasing, just everything is perfection on this particular version. But we're highlighting this album because it's fantastic. The live versions of Tell Me Mama, I Don't Believe You, which sounds nothing like the studio version. Bob's already changing up the arrangements at this point, this early in 66. Baby Let Me Follow You Down, which was on the first album, is great. I especially love the live version of Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues. One Too Many Mornings, which was Off Times Are a Changin', gets a completely different arrangement treatment on here. And then Ballad of a Thin Man and Like a Rolling Stone electric, just kicking ass. But just equally as good. The acoustic set, the electric set, just fantastic Dylan. Dylan in his prime, 66, live 66. How about a little jazz here from 60s? Live 60s albums. This is one of my absolute favorite. This is Wes Montgomery's Smoking at the Half Note in New York City. So good. There are 5 tracks on here and they are all absolutely amazing. I love Wes Montgomery's guitar sound, the arrangements on these songs. It sounds like there's about 10 people in the crowd, but the performances, they almost sound like studio performances. They are just perfection. No Blues, If You Could See Me Now, Unit 7, 4 on 6, What's New. You got Wynton Kelly on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, Jimmy Cobb on drums, and of course, Wes Montgomery on guitar. Just an absolute stellar live album from 1965 from Wes Montgomery. Smoke It at the Half Note on the Verve label. A lot of people might put in Jefferson Airplane's Bless Its Pointed Little Head, but this album that came out, maybe, what year is it here? Let's use the flashlight again. 2007, released on the RCA Legacy label. This live at Fillmore East in 69 is really good stuff. They're promoting the Volunteers album. There's a live version of Good Shepherd from Volunteers that is so freaking good. You got Plastic Fantastic Lover. Some other highlights would be Won't You Try Saturday Afternoon. So good. Here's the back cover. If you can read the song list. But I think this is kind of peak Jefferson Airplane live right here. I think it's better than Bless Its Pointed Little Head. If you're a J.A. fan, definitely pick this up. Jefferson Airplane live at the Fillmore East in 69. Really, really good. When it comes to the Who live, some people might pick that Woodstock performance, which is stellar, but this live at the Fillmore East in 1968 is absolutely killer as well. I think that period from about 68 to 72 is just the best live Who. And this is the Who, like when they're really getting good live here, getting the act down. There's 2 discs on here. The first disc has Summertime Blues, Fortune Teller, Tattoo from the Who Sellout. Little Billy, which is a really rare live rendering of that track, which was made especially for a smoking commercial, an anti-smoking commercial. I Can't Explain, Happy Jack, Relax, again off Who Sellout. I'm a Boy, A Quick One While He's Away. They do a version of My Way, Come On Everybody, Shakin' All Over, and a end with John Entwistle's Boris the Spider. Disc 2 is a little meandering and a little too long. It's like a 33-minute version of My Generation. A little long, very long, but it's worth having just for disc 1. They're just on fire here. Live in 68 at the Fillmore East. The Who, good stuff. And then last but not least, I'm going to throw this in. I've always been just an absolute fanatic for the Monterey Pop Festival, the film, the recordings. Of course, you've got the ultimate Hendrix set on here. Just amazing set from Hendrix, just magic. Every time I watch that video of Hendrix live at Monterey, it just sends a shiver up my spine. Then you've got Big Brother and the Holding Company with Janis Joplin, another just a spine-tingling performance. Otis Redding's performance, just incredible. Those 3 just seminal performances. Then you've got, you don't have like full sets on here. I think the full set of Hendrix is on here. Most of Joplin and all of Otis Redding. But then you get little snapshots on here of like the Mamas and the Papas, the Association. You got the Bird set on here, but a great box set. And while we're at it, why don't we open it up a little bit, huh? Here's the front cover. This came out in, I believe, the early 90s. You get this really cool book here. Pictures from the festival. Really cool stuff. I don't know if this is still available in this large format, but it's definitely worth having as the page falls out there. Yeah, okay. And then you've got the 4 CDs here. So great stuff. So let me know what your favorite live 1960s recordings are. Put them in the comments section. As always, thanks for watching. If you dig the content across the channel, press subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.